golden age of America begins right now. America's decline is over. We will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth. I am with you. I will fight for you, and I will win for you. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated, not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely, we will live proudly, we will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. The golden age of America begins right now.
Dang, that's cool. What's going on, everybody? It is good to be back. I missed you guys. I had to come on. I see already a lot of you are asking, how you feeling? I'm doing all right. So those who don't know, I had a surgery this week. Hernia surgery, and yeah, I'm recovering okay. Got some pain in my stomach, so I'm gonna be on for a little bit till I get tired. And but I just missed you guys, and we got a lot to talk about. So I hope you guys are enjoying the first week of Trump. It's been unbelievable. I don't know about you guys, but this has been better than I could have hoped for. It is beyond what I thought was going to happen. Honestly, he has hit the ground running so much. And listen, after and I got inspired today, and that's why I'm on, because not only is there so much to talk about going on, but I was seeing some stuff today that kind of bothered me. So I want to talk about that today, but I also wanted to see your beautiful faces. So let's say hey to some people real quick. Thomas Dubois first, love it. Drew Savala, Dose, Toe Cramp third, I love it. Chad, BN Pro, Counterfeit Shares, Pedro Rod, what's going on? Vinman, CJ Yukon, Chad C, John Cox, So Now a Girth Mike, Nick Raum, AC, Charlie Mack. Oh man, all the OGs are in here. Barbara, what's up? Max, still waiting on SEC chairman. Yep, it's coming. Vince asked me, what am I hearing about Epstein list? It's coming. Don't worry. I think they're waiting for Kash Patel to get in the FBI for that one though. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thank you guys. So it's been one of the craziest weeks of my life, obviously starting with me going to the inauguration, getting to go to that ball. It was just a wild, amazing time. So, but today I just wanted to, I'm looking good. Thanks, Barbara. I appreciate that. Today I wanted to just talk about this fact that we're seeing miracles in action. I hope you guys understand that when you see everything Trump's doing, and some of it's on this video right here, and the list at the end. This is just a very small amount of what they've accomplished in this first week. Hasn't even been a week. Won't be a week till Monday. And what we are witnessing a real life miracle. We're witnessing the kind of transformation that you almost never see in history. This will be historical. If you go back to the Bible, there's times in Israel when the kings, the nation was falling apart and turning towards evil and turning down a dark path and turning towards other gods. And then a king would come in, like a Josiah. And in one generation of a king, everything would change, and Israel would get back on the right path and be prosperous because that king would come in and change everything. And that's what Trump's doing for us now. He's changing everything very quickly. And what's beautiful about it is because we don't have a king, he's doing it in a way that is within our system. So some of this will be temporary until it's made permanent, but it's going one bit at a time. But he's not wasting time. He's not, this time it doesn't matter what the media thinks. He's not weighing in to see what the other Republicans think. No, this time they've had 4 years to plan. And again, there's this 4-year break we had becomes part of the miracle. And what I saw today, I was watching a video on a church person I like, a prophetic leader in the American church, and all they were talking about is how this is a temporary season. That really what's happening is these last days are accelerating, and whatever good Trump brings, it's just temporary. And I just thought, right when I heard all that, I got pissed off. I'll be honest with you. I got pissed off because there's such a misunderstanding of what God's actually doing right now. This is not temporary. This is not just a little eye of the storm break, a little oasis. No, this is the beginning of something that's going to lead to a better time period for, I think, for most of us, the rest of our lives. I think we're entering into a generational change, multi-generational change, not just for our country. I believe it starts in America, but it's going to spread to the rest of the world. And Trump's actions, how fast he's moving, proves it to me. Because there's this, the way we look back now, I can't help but see God's hands over every little bit of it. And I see it in my life. You know, some things you can't make up. Like I can't make up the fact that how this week came together for me to go to the inauguration the same week as my surgery, the way everything worked out. God just does stuff perfectly when you're in alignment with him. And I'm seeing that in our country right now with Trump. And I think the alignment was that we needed what happened in 2020 to happen so we could get to this point. So instead of just limping along, barely keeping things fixed or fixing things here and there, no, instead we got radical change and a radical direction shift and a cultural shift as well as a political one. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am because, again, this is better than I expected. And I'm seeing people already starting to complain that we haven't seen certain things yet. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? It's been 5 days. I know it's not perfect. I know a lot of people want an executive order, say, for short selling or naked short selling. But that kind of stuff might not come. He might do it differently. Those are already laws on the books. I mean, I just see so many things that, like the Epstein list, maybe it's not time yet. We can't be impatient. We're expecting, we just got a new administration. We got fresh life breathed into our country. And for there to be just anybody who's like upset that things haven't changed yet in 5 days, I'm saying, guys, are you kidding me? Like, this has already been the fastest moving 5 days of any president in history. The most actionable 5 days of a president in history. No president's ever hit the ground running on day one like Trump just did. So instead, let's be grateful and let's say he's already doing so much. Can't wait to see more. That should be our attitude. And we should stay in thankfulness and expectancy because, listen, we just got Hegseth through, guys. Pete Hegseth was confirmed last night. That was a miracle. They unleashed the hounds of hell on that man because some of it's his own making from his past mistakes and some of it is completely fraudulent. But they saw the threat and they went all out on Pete Hegseth and lost Kristi Noem was confirmed this morning. We're moving along with the confirmations. I believe now that Hegseth has been confirmed. I think there's only one that we need to worry about left, and I think that's Tulsi Gabbard. I think Tulsi Gabbard, because a lot of Republicans have issues with her, and I think the Democrats are going to completely reject her because she ditched them. And the truth is she really hasn't fought for herself very much up to this point. I think she might be one we lose, if we lose one. But Hegseth was a great line in the sand that tells me that if we do lose any more, it's only going to be maybe one. I think everybody else is going to get through, and I think the odds are that everybody else gets through. This is incredible. This is incredible what we're seeing. The just the way it's all coming together, and so I just want you guys to. We need to focus on that, not focus on what's not happening, but instead just keep our eyes on the ball, because this is only the beginning. This has only been week 1 of 4 years, and what I believe will ultimately be 12 years, because J.D. Vance continues to impress, and I think he's going to be the most beloved VP maybe of all time by the time we're done, and that will make him a shoo-in, because if Trump keeps doing what he's doing, Trump's at his all-time most popular right now. If he keeps moving like this, he will finish this 4 years as a very popular president, which will mean he'll whoever runs, especially if it's somebody in his administration like Vance, will almost be a shoo-in for another term. So, guys, this is it's just I just want you guys to see what's happening and how good all this is. Max says, I heard someone enforced F13 number 2 rule for market transparency. And I've been seeing some stuff on that too. So I do think good things are coming in the markets. I know that's still a major factor for a lot of people on this channel. We are going to get enforcement, and that's honestly all we need. We don't need new rules for the markets. We don't need new laws. We just need the current ones to be enforced, and all would be okay. That doesn't mean we might not get great new rules, but that's what we need. Drew says, did I see Trump shut down Israel and stuff? Great, I've been waiting for him to shut them down. I don't know what Israel thing you're bringing up, but I did see this. So here's executive order, officially suspends U.S. military aid to Ukraine. And on top of this, he suspended, Rubio went in there and they suspended all foreign aid, period, to every single country other than Egypt and Israel. And the reason they're keeping that is because the Carter agreement he made in the 70s, where Israel and Egypt, as long as they continue getting aid from the U.S., I think they each get $1 billion a year, $1 billion a year. As long as that aid continues, they have a peace treaty. So that would make sense to keep that one for now. But everything else has been shut down temporarily until this gets. So this is incredible. This is incredible stuff. Jason D asks, is this guy a Republican? I'll sub if so. I like to consider myself a conservative independent, but I do vote Republican, especially with now it's the Trump team. But I don't like to consider myself Republican, although it's becoming fashionable again now that Trump has taken over the Republican Party. But so you could say that. So I appreciate your sub. I would, Jason D. Thank you. Thomas says, on a positive note, hernia surgery not an appendectomy. Well, appendectomy, I'm guessing you're mean. But Michael Tucker, what's going on? What's up? What's my thought on foreign aid is stopped, yet we supply Israel? Listen, the Israel stuff is never going to go away easy, okay? If we are going to fully get to a healthy relationship with Israel, which we need a healthy relationship with Israel, okay? Let's just be honest. There's a lot of stuff that's bad about Israel and their influence on our politics, but there's also a lot of good about Israel. So we don't want to toss the baby out with the bathwater. Right now, nowadays, everybody's one way or the other, either full-on support, let them do whatever they want, or condoning them as just the great evil. Neither one is completely true. There's truth in both. I could say this as a long-term conservative Christian who was raised in America in the evangelical church, where Israel is almost elevated to this holy position, which is very unhealthy. I used to believe it myself. I used to believe that the biblical prophecies about Israel from the Old Testament still apply today. They do not. They do not. I've since learned a lot as I've grown in my relationship with Jesus and my knowledge of the Word and history. But the problem is Trump, his entire base is conservative Christians. That is the strongest part of his base. They are the fighters. They are the ones who saved our country and got us here. There's no doubting that whatsoever. And the evangelical base is the largest portion of that. Israel has to be dealt with delicately. It's going to be a way of getting through this. It's not going to be so fast and simple because he cannot. Trump's power right now is that the most of the country supports him. Most of the country does. And that power would be significantly decreased if he goes after in an unhealthy, too fast of a way, a relationship with Israel. So he has to tread delicately there. And I believe he will, and I believe it'll all get sorted out, but it's going to look different. Some of the stuff he's been doing has been shock and awe. Okay, it's been shock and awe, and it's been welcome, and he's able to do it. I mean, close the border, pardon J6, drill, baby drill, remain Mexico, all this stuff you could do immediately. The declassifications immediately. That's the shock and awe. You can get away with that. Some things have to be done more delicately. Israel's going to be delicate, and just get ready for it, because it will happen, but it's going to be a process. Corey, no notification. I'm sorry about that. Last dose before playoff game tomorrow. By the way, playoffs tomorrow. I cannot wait for those games. I'm so excited. Go Bills, go Commanders. That would be amazing. Super Bowl, even though my Niners aren't in it, but I'm hoping for the Bills to win all of it. It's very interesting what's going on. And just as long as the Chiefs and Eagles don't win, that's what we want. Mark says, glad my surgery went well. Did I get the full transition? No, Mark, sorry. I just couldn't go through with it. Is Busy on right now? I mean, William right now? Sorry if I'm taking you guys away from William, but Jordan, when we have access to MLK and JFK files, I heard it takes about 2 weeks for it to fully be processed out. Drew says he's unwilling to give extension, get out Lebanon by Sunday. He's not playing. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's a lot of pressure being put on these foreign entities right now, like Israel, even Russia. Trump has told Russia severe tariffs and sanctions if they do not get a deal done with Ukraine quick. And even Zelensky has now come out and said they want that over. What's up, Wicked? Hero says, hello, everyone from Gulf of America. 10 inches of snow is almost completely gone. Wow. That's 10 inches of snow is crazy. That's crazy. Drew, I'll look for what you tagged me in. I hate the Chiefs and I hate the Eagles. I'm sorry. So now what? Is that one of your teams? Okay, let's see. Drew, is this what you're telling me about?
Tells Israel.
What's this right here? All right, let me play this real quick just because we've been talking about Israel.
No. Israeli troops have to pull out of Lebanon because of the 60-day ceasefire agreement. Israel asked Donald Trump for an extension so they could stay in Lebanon, and Trump said no, get out of there by Sunday. Even after Israel lobbied Trump to delay withdrawal, he still said no. I'm so glad to see someone finally standing up against Benjamin Netanyahu. He's had his way too long. Trump said he would get a ceasefire.
Okay, so yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Drew, for sharing this. This is going to be how Trump deals with Israel. It's going to be not doing everything they want, but also without cutting them off. And that's the way it's going to be. So he's going to help shape them in the relationship. Because here's the one thing. Israel is never, they know they rely upon us too much. Israel's never going to get to the point where they say, oh, you know what? U.S., fine. We're just going to go do whatever we want to do. Screw you guys. Israel will never do that, because if the U.S. cuts off aid to Israel, if they lose us as an ally, if they start going rogue on us, they will have no defense. The whole world will be against them. Israel still to this day gets sanctioned more than any other country, mostly unfairly. It does, and even other countries are doing horrendous human rights violations. Israel gets sanctioned more. So Israel has to have us on their side. So we can shape Israel's foreign policy, which we need to do. We need to be a big part of that, and that's what Trump's going to do. It's going to be a gentle hand, though. It'll be firm. But it'll be gentle. And this is what we're going to keep seeing. So, but this is exactly belabors my point. So thank you, Drew. I don't know if you guys saw this very important executive order, but this one kind of slipped under the radar. But I wanted to share it because I just think this might be one of the most important ones he passed, but nobody's talking about it. So just give me a second here.
And here we have an executive order to declassify that Michelle Obama is a man, sir.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay?
And there it is.
And
so now you guys have seen that one. I just think that's a really important one. We got to get the whole truth out there. I saw that. Made me laugh so bad. Did you guys see that there's this whole thing going on now where Obama and Michelle are talking about them having getting a divorce, and apparently Obama had a affair with Jennifer Aniston? It's just, oh, it's too funny. You can't make this stuff up. But the Democrats continue to just be falling apart in major ways. It's the craziest thing. When do our hostages come home? I don't know. Hopefully soon. I saw that one of the girls was already reunited with her father, so they might already be home, which is great. Vince asked me, why are the Jews hated? Oh, Vince, that is a tough question. I think it's kind of an important question, though. So let me do my best to answer it in the quick 1 minute, 2 minute way. There's one belief that the only reason the Jews are hated is because they're God's people. There was some truth to that way back in the Old Testament, but there is that's just not true overall. Okay, it's just not true overall, but there is some truth to it. So you got to be okay. I said there's no truth to it at all. I should not have said that. There's some truth to that, but it's small. The Jews are a people group that is tied by blood. Okay, that's how it is, and they've been this group that has continued for a long time. They were cursed in the Old Testament by other people because they were the monotheistic religion. They had the real God with them, so they were hated and feared because at one point they were the greatest nation, powerful in the world under David and Solomon. And it was well known that Israel's armies you couldn't mess with, so they were hated because of that. Then when they got taken over by Rome, they started becoming hated because they would cause a lot of uprisings. They caused the Romans a lot of trouble because the Jews, because they had the real God, they had a very strong identity, and they did not take being subjugate to another nation as well as other nations did under Rome. So the Jews were pesky to the Romans, and the Romans did not like them because of that. Also, the Romans thought they wwere crazy with their religious beliefs. Well, then fast forward, and you have Jesus. The Jews kill him, and so, but it was supposed to happen. God knew it would happen. He didn't set them up for it. It was one of those things that it kind of had to happen. Jesus would have been killed by any people group if he would been. There was no Muslims back then, but if he'd been Muslim or if he'd been Roman gods, whatever, if you put him anywhere, they would have killed him. That's just how people act. But it just so happens God did it through his own people because the Savior needed to come from that people. So the Jews kill him. So then there was a long hatred of the Jews, especially the Christians, because of that. And that actually continues to this day. The other thing is that the Jews, especially after Jesus, not all of them, but a lot of them, they never lost, when they didn't come along with Jesus, they held on to their old heritage that we are the chosen race. We are the chosen people. And now there's no Jew or Gentile under Jesus. We all can be saved. God will favor us all if we walk with him. There's no specialness about being Jewish anymore. Okay, except that we honor the fact that they stewarded the law and the prophets to get to Jesus. So we honor them, but it doesn't mean they're better than us. It doesn't mean they're more special. God certainly doesn't love them more than us. That's just, none of that's true. So it's an honor thing. But what they've done is, because they're still in that Old Testament mentality, and they've created more laws and stuff along the way, the Jews have become a very arrogant race. Now they've also become a race that really knows how to do stuff. They're very smart. They truly believe God will bless the work of their hands. So they tend to do really well in business and stuff, like we all can. But the Jews just have the mentality that keeps getting them there. But they've also just, there's a lot of stuff about Jews that they've implanted themselves in governments, and there's a lot of good and bad history mixed. But because they haven't been a nation state until recently, they've just been a people that's been mixed in all these other countries. And so people who are prejudiced, it just grew. And so it's very complicated why the Jews can be so hated. It's very complicated, but all of those have little flecks of a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Some of it's their fault, some of it's not, and it just goes on and on and on. But it's just like us, we're all imperfect. But part of it is one of the reasons as the Jews have been incorporated into almost every culture, because they didn't have a home for so long. After Jerusalem fell in AD 70, they had what's called the diaspora, which is where they left the land of Israel and they all spread out. And so they went and embedded in all these other cultures, but they still remained Jewish. That's the thing about Jews. They stay Jewish even when they're in Germany or England or US. They're still Jewish. They don't identify as, well, maybe in America a little bit, because America is such a melting pot. But Jews in Germany didn't identify as German. They identified as Jews that are German, or German Jews. There was always that part. And some people just didn't like that. And so anyways, it's just a very complicated subject over history. And then the God factor has somewhat to do with that, but way less than people give credit to it. Is Jennifer Aniston a dude? I had that thought too about the Barack Obama thing, but no, I don't think so. Rabbit hole conspiracy. There it is. Yeah. Let's see here. Scott Volkovich, whole Obama marriage was a hoax. Obama was ready to marry a white girlfriend until DNC convinced him he'd be bad. There's definitely truth to that. He was with a white woman for a while. He also confessed to her about all his homosexual dreams. And then there's been like the guy who spoke to Tucker Carlson about his homosexual relationship with Obama. There's a lot going on there. A lot going on there. BB, thank you. I am recovering pretty well so far. Thank you. Augustine says, say hi to William and Ham. They sent everyone to watch. Oh, they did. Well, that's nice. Hey, William and Ham, good to see you guys. God bless you. And I'm ready to get back in the saddle here soon. Hit full speed because I'm still recovering, but I'll be here soon. Katie Cat with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Eric Everett, Everett Trumper, Chris, Calvin Harrington, Jenny P. You are now members. Welcome to all the extra content, and you can get in the Discord group if you want. Nunya says, no pressure. William signed off to not interfere with my viewership. Oh, wow, no pressure. I love him. Having a beer for my health, thank you. I can't have a beer right now, so thank you. I did have some good beer when I was up in D.C., though. I really did. I got to really enjoy that Bills-Ravens game before going to the inauguration the next day, and I had some good beer that night, so it was excellent. But anyways, on the memberships, thank you. So guys, I'm excited because I'm really excited about this channel and where we're going to go. Because as soon as I'm back full health, which should be in about a week, I'm still going to do some lives here and there. But once I'm fully back by the end of the month, I'm ready to hit the ground running. I have plans for the channel. Like, I got guests lined up. It's going to be awesome. So this year I know started out slow because a lot of reasons. I've been gone, the holidays, my health, all of that started off slow this year. But it's really going to pick up in February and the end of January. So I'm excited. It's going to be the best time to ever be a member. I promise you guys that. I have plans for Patreon, everything. It's all coming together. And I'm excited because it's going to be the first time, once I'm healed from the surgery, it's going to be the first time in 3.5 years I'm going to be fully healthy. So I'm so excited about that. I'm very rested. I'm energized by the Trump stuff. I'm energized by what's coming, and just really, really good stuff coming. I'm super excited. I wanted to share this. Trump spoke at the March for Life. I'm not going to share his whole speech, but this is just what's been missing in our government as well. A government that actually values family and children. But Trump out to the March for Life said, I know your hearts are warm, your spirits are strong, your mission is just very, very pure. Forge a society welcomes and protects every child as a beautiful gift from the hand of our Creator. This is why we're heading into a golden age, along with a lot of other things. Trump and J.D. Vance are very pro-family. We finally have family back. It's going to become cool to raise families again, to have children again, to grow. We are bringing, and that is life. That is going to bring life to our nation in a whole new way. So when you see all the stuff Trump's doing to clear out the corruption, to set justice back in place, to get law and order back in place, to get our foreign policy back, and soon, what will come soon is the stuff to really get our economy back on track, although that's going to take some help with Congress. But you have the culture shift of valuing life again, valuing life and family. That honestly, in some ways, matters more than the other stuff, because once the culture shifts in there and you set that standard, it starts moving that direction. We're not on the verge of it anymore. We're in the beginning of something special. And we all need to keep just looking into our own hearts and stuff and our own abilities and be saying, what? Because this is what happened for our nation. God gave our nation from the top down a great reset in a good way. Okay, He preserved the man who would get us here. He chose the right vessel who was strong enough to withstand everything. From that man came a movement that is now bigger than him and will extend much longer than him. But when God does this on a nation, then we also have an individual accountability now. And that individual accountability is, how do I get better? How do I set my mind to better things? How do I involve myself better? What can I do to improve myself? What can I do to better prosper myself and my family, and that will prosper those around me? What can I do to set a better example? How do my mindset, how does that shift now? The days, guys, when we were in the last 4 years, which were really tough, it was really easy to just survive, to just get through work or whatever we had to do, get home, and then kick up our feet, drink some beer and watch Netflix. You know, it's easy to do that because it feels hopeless. Well, that's gone now. The excuses are gone. There's no more excuses to live hopeless right now. Now it's time to live to the fullest. And each one of us who makes that decision to live full or to grow relationally, spiritually, physically, mentally, all of us who make that decision, it will have repercussions on everybody else. And that's truly where our golden age can grow and get to. And that's where it really has lasting impact and determines how long it'll last. So my channel, I'm going to continue covering news and stuff, and we got justice stuff to go after, especially in the markets. All that's going to continue. But there's going to be a new flair to it, to add to it, to also say, these no longer are mindsets that are acceptable for us to stay in. Now we have to grow. And so I'm going to continue to do content that also is going to be about inspiring and improving and I'm going to be doing it as well. I'm already dieting. I'm going to be getting back into shape once my hernia heals, which I haven't done in years, a lot of it because of this hernia. My life is going to be improving, and I want to take you guys on that journey with me so we can all do it together. I want to help everybody. We want to grow in our ability to love people better, love ourselves better, become the best we can be, make more money, all that stuff. It's all a part of it, because all of that will translate to helping others around us. Because if we change, everybody else starts changing around us. And that's what we got to keep doing. And so there's going to be a lot of that emphasis in this channel going forward, and I hope you guys are okay with that and hope you're ready for it, because I want people to just have better lives. 1 second. Hi.
Mom wants you to call her, but I guess you're busy.
Just tell her I'm busy. Sorry, my daughter had to ask me something. All right, let me see these comments real quick. I stretched the rest of appointments out. What appointments out? For myself? Mighty Ace is back. Thanks, Steve. Nunya, I am feeling better, but I'm still a little weak. I got recovery to do. Vimit says, JD will spearhead bringing Asian, European, Latino females so American men can marry them. We'll see about that. How long do I think for appointments? Well, I don't have any more appointments except for checkups. Mads Alive says, I've been thinking about starting a new diet, lose weight. Feel I have too much on my plate right now. Matt, you know what you can do if you have too much on your plate to go hard at a diet, which I completely understand. Just start by cutting out the processed food. Start there. Just start eating healthier. Get rid of soda, get rid of alcohol, and drink. What I've been doing is drinking a ton of carbonated waters. I love these things, and they're 0 calorie. I can drink these all day. At Aldi, I can get 12 for $3. This has been my new, every time I get that urge to like where I want to drink a beer or something like that, I just pick up one of these now. They're cold, they're delicious. But if you just go whole food and then still eat as much as you want, you're still heading in the right direction. But yeah, so all that stuff can definitely help. All right, this is near and dear to me, and I want to play this clip right here from Trump, just talking more about Golden Age.
So I'm sure you're going to do the same thing. So there can be no golden age without the Golden State. It's a great state. It's a fantastic place, and we're going to have a big celebration soon. We're going to come back, and we'll come back as much as you need, and we're going to turn it around, and we're going to open the coffers. You know, America wants us to be taken care of. This was a horrible thing to watch, and the way it just kept going and going, and then they'd find another area. It was like.
So the main thing I wanted to share is what he says at the beginning there. There can be no golden age without the Golden State. And I love this because this shows me that Trump is truly about reformation. It's about reformation and unity going forward. And I have even people on this channel always be like, just get rid of California. Listen, as a former Californian, I couldn't disagree more. California's got some of the most amazing people. Some of the best conservatives are their MAGA people because they've been in the fight the whole time. And Trump realizes this. California is going to change, guys. This is the beginning of California changing. Did you see that Trump is asking them in order to get federal funds that they do that they do voter ID? We'll see if he gets it, but this is the kind of stuff that will change California very quickly. And guys, if we get the Golden State back, even if we get it to be moderate, it will change everything going forward. So this is the kind of stuff that just matters. We don't retreat, we grow. And like Milo tweets here, which I loved, he said, Trump understands there can be no retreat from cities or from problem states. We go in and take them back. That is the way to think. We just don't give up. We keep going. There can be no fear anymore, guys. We've won, and we've won from the top down. We've won from the top down. So there's no more giving up. There's no more giving in. There is only taking ground. We're going to keep moving forward. And just like I was talking about a minute ago, that means improving your lives too. Stop running away from stuff. There's not time to run from problems anymore or areas of growth. It's time to face these things and go after them. And there's a reason when God does something like this in a season like this, he's doing it everywhere. The top down means from the biggest to the smallest. So from a nation to your personal life. Because if we don't take that personal responsibility on, culture, the government will always follow where our culture goes. So if we don't change, if we don't grow and get better, then eventually we'll lose this again. And I think in modern times with the internet the way it is, communication the way it is, our ability to access information, there is no excuse anymore to ever go back. And that's how we can completely change everything. So Candace says, someone from Fresno is trying to get signatures to put California secession from the states. Well, good luck with that. That's not going to happen. There's no way they will ever let that happen. Trump went to the people in North Carolina. He's letting them speak. They're calling out their insurance companies. It's just, we have a people's president again as well. And yeah, I actually was going to talk more on this, but I'm not going to right now. But I just wanted to show this because it's just so refreshing. It's so refreshing to have. California can't secede. They have secession is not as easy as just voting on it and it happens. There's much more to it than that. And so I just, there's no way California is going to secede. The Californians don't want it. Trust me, they don't want it. They know, and the Democrats know real quick, California doesn't survive on its own. They can't be this liberal haven on their own. They completely rely on federal aid to keep up the what they got going on. I see anything about SEC enforcing F-13 transparency rule and hedge funds asking SEC for more time on that rule. I did see that. Let me see if I can pull that up. Because yes, that was a big deal. And where did I see that? Kirsten shared it. I just can't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, here it is. This is Frank Naz's. So, hedge funds ask the SEC for transparency rule delays. Yeah, because they can't afford. They can't afford to pay. So this is where it's going to get really interesting when the new SEC chair comes in, because Trump might just say, "I don't care. I don't care. Let him fail." I hope that's what he does. If he doesn't, I'm going to trust he has really good reason why not to. Maybe to let them slowly unwind instead of all at once, because Trump does not want to crash the economy. That's why he's already demanding that the Fed lower interest rates. But we'll have to see how this all plays out. What's up, yeah, MAGA, that's right. What's up, Don? What's up, Joe? So, guys, please like, subscribe. I appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. I'm already kind of wearing down. I'm just not 100% yet. So I'm going to call it right now. My dogs are going crazy, which is always fun in the background, right? But but if you guys have any last questions, get them in right now, so I can answer them before I go. But yeah, still recovering. My body's not all the way there yet, and sitting straight up for too long is still a little painful on my abdomen. So I think I'm gonna have to take a break. But it's good to be back. I'm gonna try to go live as often as I can while I'm home these next few days. Yeah, get this channel back rolling, because I know I miss you guys, and I just appreciate your guys' support so much too, especially the members. $3 a month, you guys, it means the world to me, especially with everything that came up this month. This surgery was not cheap, so just you guys, your support really means the world to me, because I'm just like you guys. I'm not, I don't have this big media contract or anything. I'm a regular working Joe. So greatly appreciate it. You guys free me up to do this. So if you think about it, please support the channel by joining. I greatly appreciate it. So it's $3 a month, and you got a lot of extra stuff there. So thank you guys. But let's just end in a prayer here and call it a day. And maybe I'll see you all tomorrow. So. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you for all these people who have been supporting me, and just thank you, God, for what Trump's doing, how our nation's turning around, how blessed we are, Lord. And so I just pray, God, just a blessing on everybody here, and they would just have the wisdom and knowledge they need, God, to just get the lives they want, whether it's finances, marriage, relationships, whatever else, God, whether they need healing, just bless them. And I pray, God, that the golden age we're entering into just becomes better and better as it goes, in major ways that we can all see and get inspired by, to be a part of it in big ways. So we thank you we made it this far. Thank you for you saving our country. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Love you guys. Bless you. Have a great night. And yeah, please continue praying for me and my health so I can recover fast. So thank you so much.